And how is she saving the world? Like, what are they stopping? What is the plan that's being enacted that they're going forward to stop?
Where's the exit?
Like, what?
Close.
Like, they're just trying to escape. They were taken captive, and they're just trying to escape. There's no saving the world here. There's no saving the world. The entire setup of we need your antibodies was a complete sham.
I know what I'm doing.
Ugh, just get out. Just end this. None of the main characters know what the fuck is happening, but they're acting like, oh, we gotta do the thing, do the thing, because we're gonna do the thing. And then they don't. And then they just do random shit and progress through a level, and then they're like, oh, we gotta do this thing, when nothing has been accomplished. See, like, whatever.
Look who's back.
How, why, who fucking cares? There's no logic. It's just fucking... I'm reminded of the devs of the Uncharted games, did an interview or something somewhere where they were like, we pretty much just think up vistas and set pieces, like cinematic, like action set piece moments, and we just think up a bunch of that.
Come get some, you ugly son of a bitch!
And then we construct the plot of the game and the gameplay around the set pieces. Like, the gameplay is just fucking owned. It's just an excuse
Right here. It's too dangerous.
for having a bunch of fucking set piece vistas. That's what they call them, vistas. And guess what? It shows. The Uncharted games are really terrible. That's what this reminds me of. They just came up with a bunch of set pieces and vistas and constructed a plot around that. And guess what? It works about as well as it does in Uncharted. Which is to say, it doesn't. This game is terrible. Excuse me, I don't care about this. Is there even any point in shooting him? Okay. You know what I liked about the original Resident Evil games? About Resident Evil 1 through 3? Is there was no pretenses that the main characters were, like, saving the world or accomplishing anything. They weren't like, oh, we gotta save the city. You know, like, they weren't like, we gotta stop the fucking outbreak here in Umbrella. That's an adorable line. He doesn't care. That's funny. I don't know why that line cracks me up. Fucking wrecked. They're not like, we gotta save Raccoon City, we gotta stop the virus. It's just, we have to survive this situation. We have to get the fuck out of here. That was like that in the original Resident Evil 2. They were like, yo, we're trying to find Bravo Team, we're stuck, and we ended up getting chased by monsters and got stuck in this mansion. Let's get the fuck out. Like, that's the priority, is getting the fuck out of here. Let's get the fuck out of the sweet home and just leave. Fuck this. And to a minor degree, they were like, let's try and investigate what the fuck is going on and figure out what the situation we're dealing with here is. And through that, they slowly unraveled about the involvement of Umbrella, in the existence of the T-Virus, and Wesker's betrayal and all that. It was like minor plot revelations, But fuck you, that's so gay.
This is more like it.
But like
This mano a
the
mano.
core narrative, the story was we're trapped in a haunted house and we need to escape. It was inspired by Sweet Home. It was basically a PlayStation 1 version of Sweet Home,
I'll cover you!
which is kind of an infamous game that never got, you know, brought over to the West, so I wouldn't be surprised if you didn't, like, have never heard of it. Oh, fuck off. What am I doing here? But Sweet Home was a NES game where it was an RPG and you and a handful of characters, your party, were trapped in a fucking monster mansion and you had to survive. You had to get out and... No, what was it? Am I thinking of Sweet Home or something else? Something else being inspired by Sweet Home. Anyway, yeah, it was about like resource management, blah blah blah. Point was, Monster Mash, had to get out. That's the story. The story is get the fuck out of this situation we are in. Same with Resident Evil 2 and 3. Resident Evil 2 was, yo, my fucking brother, I'm looking for my brother or whatever.
Take that!
So I did nothing because I'm Sherry. And then they immediately discover that Chris isn't there and her entire journey to find him was for naught. And so they're like, okay, Chris ain't here. Let's go. We gotta get out. Like, situation's bad. Zombies, like, City of the Dead. We gotta leave. And so, like, the pretense at the beginning was find Chris, but then they were like, okay, we're done. Let's go. And then Resident Evil 3 was called Resident Evil The Last Escape. Jill literally had no other goal in that entire game except get the fuck out of there. And then, what's the plot of Resident Evil 4? Are you a bad enough dude to rescue the president's daughter? That's the story of that game. Again, you're not trying to solve the situation. You're not trying to uncover, like, you're not trying to, like, save the world. You, like, here is the one, I'm the Secret Service agent, here's the girl, I got to go rescue the damsel in distress, the end. Like, the series was never about this wider fucking save the world plot, or whatever.
Some kind of warehouse.
So this whole thing of, like, oh, we got, like, the Simmons, and we gotta, like, oh, gotta find the cure for the virus. It just rings so hollow, and it doesn't make fucking sense. Because, like, the Resident Evil plot isn't...
I know what I'm doing.
It isn't conducive to this kind of... That's awesome. That's awesome. That's fucking cool. What was your plan? What was your plan?
There's no goddamn steering.
Fuck you. Whatever.
Christ almighty! What does it take to lose this guy?
Come on!
And now things are exploding for no reason.
Jesus, take the hit!
Jake! Keep
Like, so, I don't know, this whole thing of like, oh, we gotta save the world. Where is this coming from? Like, what are you talking about? And again, like, the basic foundation of, like, when you actually, like, think about the details of what the fuck has happened in this game and what they're trying to accomplish, it doesn't make any fucking sense. Anyway. Like from the GDC on down, this game felt fucking doomed as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't know. I mean, the people working on it, they must have been like, well, okay, yeah, it's Resident Evil. We gotta do the Resident Evil, right? Come on. and they tried to like make it a fan service send-up game, right? That you get that impression. Like that's the idea. It's bringing back all these characters, and it's like a send-up kind of deal, right? Oh my god, look at that camera jitter. It's so bad. Like, I hope you're not what's the word? Fucking so stupid. Epileptic. A gun! Look! A gun! That's great. Okay, this I do like, though. This is very classic. Yeah.
Shit ends now.
Yeah. It's the power of love.
Sherry!
It's the power of love. Keep shooting. Keep shooting. Oh, nice. Yeah, that's great. They should have had a cool line. They should have had a cool line. We're like, you want stars? I'll give you stars. That one was my favorite.
You saved me.
Shh. What?
You know that, don't you?
I don't know what you're fucking talking about. Let's just finish this off. Okay, you guys are adorable. We're done here. But, like, I just feel like a lack of drive and creativity, a lack of, you know... Oh no! I can't even be bad now! I can't even be bad! Oh no! Oh, yeah! Music cue! Oh no! I like it! It's so cute! Do 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 do! Yeah! Fucking rock ballad of love! Fucking Wesker and Birkin! Yeah! Lyrics! Insert gif of Fox dancing here. Yeah! I'm turning this up, hold on. I don't even care anymore. I can't even be mad, I feel so good now. This was the right decision. This was the correct decision, you guys.
Till you opened the door and you showed me that I'm not alone. I believe in my heart's desire. I believe I can walk through fire. I know how very strong I am when I'm at my weakest. I believe I can I believe I can save the world. You saved me, oh so won't you let me save you?
Oh no! They killed the thing and they were like, yeah! Then the music started playing and they zoomed out of the thing. No!
No prevented from dreaming, but I can tell that we'll make it through this. I believe flames can burn us. I believe ice can break us. I believe we can be so much more now that we're together. I believe we can overcome all. I believe we can save the world. You saved me, so won't you let me save you?
Well, Wesker and Birkin are looking up from hell and being like, "Aww, our baby.
Save you.
We were best friends and now our children are totally gonna fuck. Aw, it's the cutest shit ever. Yeah! I ship Birkin and Sherry. I ship Birkin and Wesker both generations. Both generations of Birkin and Wesker, ship them. So good. So good. Oh man. That literally filled me with joy indescribable for no reason. For no reason. Like, what? I was in the middle of being like, oh, this game, like, they fucked up, like, they didn't know what they were doing, and then, oh, they held hands! They held hands! And then the music started playing, and it was like, yeah! And then the lyrics kicked in, and it's like, oh no! Oh no! Oh, why am I such a sap? I'm such a sap. This was the correct decision. I'm so fucking glad I did this one last. I'm so fucking glad. Sherry and Jake's campaign is by far the best one in the game. It had, like, okay. Its lows were low. Not as low as Chris. Like, okay. Like, imagine Chris's campaign is just burrowing a hole into the earth. And Jake and Sherry's campaign, though, as low as it dips, it's like the worst that Sherry and Jake gets is the best that Chris gets. Like, the best Chris got, that's about to the low point I would consider Jake and Sherry. Like, like, the vehicle sequences were pretty shitty. And the, like, instant fail mandatory stealth sequence with the OODA check, that was shitty. That final level was pretty not great either, but it wasn't terrible. Like, it was either, like, 2 really bad moments. Like, 2 or 3 actually abysmal sequences. Then, like, mediocre, like, kind of mediocre to passing, like, tolerable. And then everything else was just like, oh no! Oh no! What is happening here? How could you be doing this? What is happening? And then that ending. I gotta give it up for that ending. I gotta give it up for that ending, man. There you go. So classic. Like, OODA check was a shitty off-brand attempt at Nemesis, but they nailed it with the Magnum. Because, like, in every game, they gotta have, like, a one-liner to finish off the tyrant. I don't think RE1 had one, but, like, in RE2, they're facing down Mr. X, and Leon's like, game over. And then in fucking RE3, RE3 was the best one, because, like, there was no rocket launcher. The Nemesis was just being like, ugh. And then Jill sees a Magnum, and it's like, make the choice. And you fucking pick up that Magnum. And she fucking shoots that thing and empties the chamber in it. And her line is, you want stars? I'll give you stars. Blam! Oh, so good. So fucking good. And then that's totally what that was harkening back to. What drops out, not a rocket launcher, but the fucking Magnum. And they pick it up, and they hold it together, and they shoot the bullet of love, and they kill the OODA check, and then they're like, oh, and then they hold hands. That's the cutest thing. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad I did this one last. Because Chris's To be fair, Chris had a pretty happy ending too. I sung. Chris had a pretty happy ending. To be fair, Chris had a pretty happy ending. But that ending sucked, and the final boss was weird and dumb, and none of it made sense. Anyway. What's the cure for the virus? What the fuck are you talking about, Hunnigan? Anyway. And then Leon had some highs. Leon's high moments were the best parts of the game. His highs, like, rose above everything else that the game had to offer. But he had some severe lows, too. And, like, the final sequence where you fought Simmons with Ada, and he held her, and and they got a text message, and it was so cute, and he found her little her little makeup kit. It was so good. But then, like, oh, I'm Helena, and I'm a and fucking, that final boss against, like, the bug. All of these final bosses were very bad, actually. I mean, I guess conceptually, the idea of Jake fist fighting the Udacek in submission, that's pretty cool. That's pretty baller. But I mean, Leon just had a generic final boss with an enemy that had a bunch of fuck me lights on it. Chris's final boss was just terrible. Just terrible, and I didn't even care. I truly didn't care. And then Jake and Sherry, to be fair, him fist fighting the Udacek was pretty badass. That was pretty badass. And then they fired the bullet of love. It's hard to say. Like I say, like, there's small little reprieves, small little moments that are redeemable. And, you know, I cherish those. I cherish those moments. But holy shit, this game was terrible. Again, what is this fucking double-decker plane? I've never, like, what the fuck?
Oscar's blood sample was handed over to the UN's leading researchers, along with 6 months' worth of test results retrieved from Neo Umbrella's archives. With the data now in the right hands, things seem to be finally settling down.
What the fuck are you talking about? Anyway.
Following Jake's rescue, BSAA officials classified his relationship to Albert Wesker as top secret, recognizing the threat it could pose to global security.
How? Yee, pinky out. That's fucking corny. That's fucking corny. Yeah! That's awesome. Oh, so gay. Oh, it's the best. Whatever, I don't even care. Right off into the sunset. Yeah, okay. Like I said, best ending. Best ending by far. You did a good job. You did a good job. See you around. Holy shit. Oh, God. So, I guess, they really aren't. The good moments this game had don't redeem the entire package. Like, they don't make it worth it. It's not worth slogging through the shit that is this entire game to get those few little nuggets of quality, of redeemable moments. Not even quality, just like moments of reprieve if you're a fan, right? Anyway. So now I'm going to go ahead and pretend. Hold on. Just let it, okay. Now I'm going to pretend that this fucking option hasn't been here the whole time. Because originally, when this game originally came out, this was not here. You know what happened when this originally came out in the original release of this game? Okay, I just finished off the third and final campaign, and now it's over. The game's complete. I have beaten it all. What? 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 I unlocked a new campaign? I can. Oh my god, you can play as Ada? You unlock Ada mode for finishing all 3 campaigns? What?